And welcome back. A lot of Ben 10 lately on the Who Would Wins, What Ifs, and Lantern course. Not really the What Ifs, but the other two. But Modest Corey asked the question, who would win a fight? Classic Ben 10. Now, let's be clear. When you say classic, or the original Ben 10, you do mean from the original series. Now, obviously, the Ben 10 we see through Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, Omniverse is the same Ben from that series, just older. But you were specifically talking about original series Ben. Just Ben 10. Versus the Pride Troopers. Okay, let's break this down real quick then, shall we? Because this is not going to be a long video. Ben 10 obviously is Ben Tennyson, a 10-year-old boy who gained an alien watch-like device known as the Omnitrix, which has access to actually over 1 million samples of alien DNA, capable of transforming them into those said species of aliens. Now, in the original series, Ben had access to initially 10, but then he gained access to, I'm trying to remember here, he had actually access to a couple extra ones, like quite a few. Cannonbolt was the first one. Wildvine, that's 12. Ditto. The werewolf one, the Andalusia, I can't remember what they called it. Ben Victor was one. The Victor Frankenstein one. The Ben Mummy one. Way Big. Eye Guy. Upchuck. So he had access to actually around 19 different aliens, if I'm not mistaken, by the end of the original series. So the question quickly becomes, are any of those capable of beating the Pride Troopers? Let's just go over the aliens really quick. Heat Blast is I can't remember their alien names. They're all they kind of play on words. But essentially he's a species of aliens that lives on a star, so he's pretty much as hot as a star and can produce fire. Ripjaw would fail in this fight, so we're not even going to bother using Ripjaw. Nor are we going to use gray matter, so that's two aliens right there that aren't going to matter in this fight. Diamond Head has enhanced physical capabilities, durability, strength, but if he's damaged, he can, regenerate thanks to his crystalline body to a certain extent, as well as produce multiple crystals. 4 arms, high durability, physical strength, 4 arms. Wild Mutt, enhanced senses and agility. Stinkfly, enhanced durability for that type of creature. Mucus production, which is flammable. A flight, that's pretty much it on that regards. Ghost Freak, phasing, possession. There is some enhanced physicality and just massive fear inducing. Am I missing anyone from the... Oh, Upgrade. Upgrade was always one of my favorites. He technically has a liquid metal body, can possess machinery, and produce lasers. I'm missing anyone on that. Heat Blast, Wildvine, not Wildvine, Wild Mutt, 4 arms, Diamond Head, Gray Matter, Ripjaw, Ghost Freak, Stinkfly, Upgrade. Who am I missing on the original roster? I'm missing someone on the original roster. It's now bugging me. Give me one second there. Heat Blast, Diamond Head, Wild Mutt, 4 arms, Gray Matter, Ghost Freak, Ripjaw, Upgrade. I'm blanking on the other two for some reason. Stinkfly. Who was the final one? And that's really starting to bug me. I know all the aliens. I do. Accelerate. There it is. Accelerate. Who can move faster than lightning. And then Wildvine was a plant-like individual. Wildvine was also one of my favorites too, because I'm like, anything that had like versatility to it was always something I really liked in terms of a fighter. It can merge with plants, has high regenerative capabilities, and it seeds or bombs. Cannonball, a giant kind of tick-like individual. Not tick-like, but like a pill bug. He turns into a giant cannonball, basically, and, can fire around and blast people. Ditto can multiply multiple times. Yeah, that's all he could really do. Eye Guy had multiple eyes that did multiple things, and could, fire lasers, ice attacks, fire attacks, lightning, that kind of stuff. The Analdushi, the werewolf one, had a sonic howl plus agility and strength. Ben Victor had lightning abilities, strength and durability. Ben Mummy was, or Snarrow as he was also called, later dubbed, had solid defense. His wrappings allowed him to regenerate and strength. Could also move very effectively. Upchuck could eat anything organic and throw it back as energy, and Way Big was huge and could actually fire energy from cosmic storms. But here's the problem right off the bat. In terms of the Pride Troopers, If we're talking about the entire team, Ben can't beat any of these guys. Even if you unlock the master code, which will allow him to go through all of his aliens at will anytime he wants. No, let's just go down the list, because I can't remember all these guys' names, but I can remember what they did. So, obviously, let's enlarge this real quick. There we go. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice enlarging. Jiren. There is no alien in Ben's roster. In fact, there's few aliens even in Ben's complete roster in the later parts of the series, like Omniverse stuff, that could compete with Jiren. Jiren was an individual who was the power of a god of destruction, if not greater than some of the gods of destruction. It's even said that he's the mortal stronger than the god of destruction, that God cannot beat. And that was pretty clear. Now, whether or not he was stronger than like all the gods, that's a completely different story. But clearly, he was stronger than his own god of destruction. And his power was enough to shake the literal world, world of void, which was a world of nothingness. Like, he was shaking nothing, and nothing was shaking. Like, whatever the nothing was, it was shaking. His power, therefore, has power to match a god of destruction, who even at their weakest are strong enough to, generally speaking, destroy most, if not all, of an entire universe. We know Beerus is strong enough to destroy a universe. It just takes all of his power to do so. Pardon? Then there's nothing in at least classic Ben's arsenal. Now, if you want to make an argument that Atomics, Clockwork, or Alien X could do it, different argument entirely. We're not talking about that Ben. We're talking about classic series Ben. There's no way classic series Ben would lay a finger on Jiren. At best, Waybig would be like, rah, and they would just go, boom. That's it. And then blow him out of the stage. Likewise, Topo had the power of a god of destruction because he was a god of destruction in training. Why also he gained he has a gut when in actuality he has a six-pack, I have no idea. So he's, there's no way they could beat Topo. Dispo is not as strong as either of them, but he's considered one of the big three of the group, and he can move at light speed. Easily move at light speed. And beyond. None of Ben's aliens, the fastest one is Accelerate, and that's nowhere near close to light speed. So that's those three. So Ben can't beat those three alone. Then let's get down to some of the other guys right here. And again, I can't remember these guys' names specifically. Now, the dinosaur one, Ben might be able to handle. Because the only thing we saw unique with him is he had some sort of energy, like whip or lasso of some kind they tried to bind Kale up with. That didn't work out. Kale was also a monster at that point, so it was a bit unfair for the dinosaur guy here. But, yeah, but that being said, all these guys are probably planetary in terms of their power levels. It's just hard to be certain. Like, this little guy right here could basically make a tornado appear, and then he combined it with this guy who could increase his density and hardness. So they made actually a very effective duo together. That's the thing. These guys all know how to work together. This guy right here, Casserole, he could make energy sabers, which most of Ben's aliens probably wouldn't be able to handle. Because, again, these guys were able to go toe-to-toe with individuals like from Universe 7. And let's be clear, Ben could not take anyone on Universe 7's team. And yes, I am including Roshi and Yamcha in that. Because Ben could, again, classic series Ben, it didn't have an alien that had an ability that could take any of these guys on, really. I think this guy's name was actually Kettle. But this guy, he could form energy ribbons that exploded on contact, and it took Super Saiyan God Goku just charging right through them to not feel anything. She, I can't remember her name, could literally create domes of like a separate pocket dimension to really just encase people in. And it took like literally divine levels of power to break through them. This guy could do like energy landmines. This catfish dude right here. So the question is, do any of Ben's aliens, are any of them strong enough to take these guys out? Like the lower level guys. A couple of them maybe. Like Waybig could definitely pose a problem to the weaker members of the crew. These guys specifically would have a problem with Waybig, definitely. But then they would just call in the big guns. Hell, even Casserole could probably take down the Waybig. In fact, Waybig's size would actually be a big hindrance, as we saw when Goku fought Bergamo. It'd be a big hindrance in this fight. It would. So Way Big actually would be a very bad opponent for these guys, or for, excuse me, it would be a very bad decision for Ben to go to fight these guys. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, Upgrade would just be blasted away eventually. Wildvine would hold on for a little bit just because of his regeneration capabilities, but ultimately he wouldn't have much to do to compete with these guys. Unfortunately, the problem here lies in the fact that none of Ben's aliens are anywhere near close to even low-level DBZ levels. Now, don't get me wrong. They have abilities that would probably give, like, Yamcha trouble, at least a little bit. But when you really break it down, like, in terms of, like, power levels, Roshi, for God's sake, could be... And Roshi is technically the weakest member of Team 7. He's maybe stronger than Tien, but he's not stronger than Krillin. Roshi could beat most of Ben's aliens simply because experienced fighters, just higher level of abilities, and ultimately, even if by some miracle Ben did beat like the lower tier ones, and that's not maybe by some miracle, it's possible he could. Diamond Head, Forearms, they probably have enough durability to take out a couple of these guys. Durability and strength. But ultimately, when you break it down, the question is, would he beat the Pride Troopers as a whole? And the answer to that is flat out no. Ben loses this fight. There's no way Ben, unfortunately, as Classic Series Ben, could beat the Pride Troopers as a whole. And you'd be hard-pressed to say that even later Series Ben could do it too, even though he has individuals like Alien X, Atomics, Clockwork on his side in those versions. What was it, Gravitix, the weird rock frog-looking one that controlled gravity. So unfortunately, it's the Pride Troopers who win this 100% of the time, in my opinion. But what do you think? Do you think Ben legitimately has a shot at this? Or are you more in my boat where it's like, I don't think there's a way he could beat the entirety of the Pride Troopers. Some of them, yes. Most of them, no. Or the entire group, no. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, though. I do hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superhero Magic, What If, anything you do in the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I got a What If and a Who Would Win to do tomorrow. So keep your eyes up for those. Later, folks.